to Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. We are live here from the Hutton Sports Center on Chapman University's campus in Orange, California. Two teams colliding today in a conference matchup. The Chapman University men's basketball team will be taking on the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen here beginning in just a few moments. And today, going to be a big game. I'm Tim Wolf alongside Cam Backstrom here. Cam, today an important game for the Panthers. Let's talk a little bit about why.
Oh, it's going to be extremely important. So Chapman's currently the 4th seed in SCIAC standings. They have to finish off February strong. As you can see on the screen in front of you, they're 7-4 in conference, 14-6 overall. They need to start with today, get this W, and keep it going. They're going to play Occidental, as you can see, the #1 seed, 9-0 in a few weeks. So they're looking to keep their eyes on that, but today's going to be a very important game, Tim.
So Chapman on the cusp of that playoff bubble. Today, an important game during that playoff push. What are some things specifically they can do to win?
Right, so the first thing, it's going to sound simple, but just focus on the little things. Rebounding and limiting the turnovers. Chapman won the rebound game 41-38 last time these two teams met, but they lost the turnover battle 11-8. They limit those turnovers, crash the boards, they're going to get a win today. And the other thing is Rob Nelsen. He's your X-Factor player, the guy that you want to take the final shot. He had 17 points and 8 rebounds last game. He needs a double-double this game, and I think if he does that, they'll come out on top.
All right, well, you mentioned Rob Nelsen there. What are some players today for the Chapman Panthers that can make an impact?
Absolutely. Well, the first one you have to mention is Rob Nelsen, senior from Irvine, California, 6'5", 200 pounds. He is that senior guard that you want. 15 points per game, 46% shooting from the field, and 43% from three. He's a dynamic player, guard, and power forward. He can drive to the hole, but also take outside shots. And the other is the freshman center, Reed Smith, averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds per game, shooting 55% from the field. He's the guy that the offense can go through. He can crash the boards and generate that offense that you want, game in and game out.
Well, you mentioned that rebounds are going to be important today for the Chapman Panthers. Reed Smith certainly going to contribute there. Our sideline reporter today is Erin Coogan. She will have more courtside for us on Reed Smith.
Thanks, guys. In their first meetup at Cal Lutheran, Chapman only shot 37.9% from the field, which is well below their 47.3% average. The difference in this game could come down to freshman center and fellow broadcast student Reed Smith. In their last meeting, Cal Lutheran held Smith to 25% shooting and a season low of 4 points. Since then, he has been one of the most reliable offensive stars on this Chapman team, shooting 55% and shooting over 11 points per game. In order for this Chapman team to even out the season series, they are going to need a big game out of Smith. Thanks, guys, and back to you.
Thank you, Aaron. Cal Lutheran certainly has some playmakers as well. Who are they, Cam?
Well, the first one is Austin Cole. He's a junior guard, averaging 18 points per game and 4 rebounds, shooting 31% from the field. He put up 20 points the last time they have to limit him in this game. And the other big guy is Kyle Ferreira, also a junior guard, averaging 18 and 7. He's shooting 41% from the field. And last time they met, he had 14 and 11. You cannot let him get a double-double again this game. But these two together, both averaging 18 a game, Chapman has to lock them down.
Well, we are certainly in for a contested matchup today here from the Hutton Sports Center. For Cam Backstrom, I'm Tim Wolf, here for CSBN. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
California, number 4, Reed Nakakihara. At guard is 6'3" senior from California, number 10, Luke Selway. At guard is 6'1" senior from Calif, California, number 13, Tyler Green. At center is 6'6" freshman from Tennessee, number 32, Reed Smith. At guard is 6'5" senior from Irvine, California, number 41, Rob Nelsen. The head coach is Mike Crosby, assisted by David Corey and Mark Lee. Fans, Chapman University and NCAA encourage all participants and spectators to conduct themselves at the highest level of sportsmanship.
And getting ready to tip off here. Chapman has their starting lineup on the floor. Your guys, Reed Smith, Rob Nelsen out there. they're going to have a tough time today. They had a tough bout shooting percentage-wise, scoring-wise against Cal Lutheran last time they played, right?
Yeah, they had a pretty low shooting percentage, as Aaron said on the sideline, 37%. Let's hope they can take better shots, more quality shots this time, and they can get a win this time.
All right, and the tip-off is about to begin here. Reed Smith going to be tipping it off for the Panthers. And the tip-off is won by the Panthers. Reed Nakakihara going to take it up the court at point guard for the Panthers. Nakakihara with the ball, passes up to Tyler Green. And that's a score for the Panthers. Moving up the court. Tyler Green with the score there for the Panthers. Now Cal Lutheran with the ball. Passes out to the corner. Up top again to Tyler. And that is a no-go there for the Kingsmen. Chapman running the fast break. There's Tyler Green with the ball. Passes it out to Rob Nelsen. Back to Luke Selway. And Reed Smith now with the ball. Back to Rob Nelsen. Rob Nelsen making a shot from the free throw line. No go. Reed Smith with the rebound, and he's going to get 2 for the Panthers.
Offensive rebound, number 1 for him.
And Cal Lutheran with a nice fast break of their own there. Lucas Swedler with the points. And Luke Selway going to draw the foul there. Reed Nakakihara going to inbound it for the Panthers. Out to Rob Nelsen. Rob Nelsen driving, back out to Nakakihara, who takes a three-pointer from the corner, and it is good. Panthers now up 8-2 here in the first.
Coming out very strong, Tim.
And Cal Lutheran having success in the post there, as that is number 5, Kyle Ferreira, making 2 for the Kingsmen, keeping them in this early. Rob Nelsen with the ball now. Looks like he's going to drive, shoot, and it's no good. Kingsmen with the rebound. And there's Rob Nelsen with a statement block.
What a block right there. Got the bench warmed up.
And that's something you like to see there from the Panthers here early. The Kingsmen scoring inside. Rob Nelsen with a big block. Kingsmen now with the ball. That's number 23, Austin Cole driving. Takes a three-pointer, and it's no good. Nakakihara running up the court now. Back out to Tyler Green. He's going to pass it to Rob Nelsen. And Nelsen, an inbound pass there to Green, who's going to have 2. And the Kingsmen call a timeout. They need to rally themselves.
10-4. Coach did not look happy right there. Stormed off the bench. Good quality shots so far for the Panthers. They had the 3 on the inbound.
So what do you like here from the Panthers so far, Cam?
I like how they're driving it to the basket. Luke Selway got the foul. Rob Nelsen also taking it to the hole. I like the good quality shots taken from the inside. They keep doing that. As you can see, 10-4, looking real good.
And basketball is all a game of percentages. Those high percentage shots really important here for the Panthers in a game that they shot a low percentage against this team last time they went head-to-head.
Absolutely.
So coming out of the timeout, the Panthers lead 10-4 here. 17:34 left in the first half. Panthers with the early lead. Kingsmen already with 1 team foul there, as Tyler Green was able to draw it, and the Panthers got a 3 off the inbound. Now Kingsmen moving up the court. Chapman with the ball, driving, kicks it out. That's Kyle Ferreira, and he is good from deep 2-point range. 10-6 Chapman. Rob Nelsen with the ball. Finds his man. Back out to Nelsen. Takes a three-pointer, and it's no good. But the rebound is going to be won by Luke Selway. And kicked out to Reed Nakakihara. Rob Nelsen over to Reed Smith. Smith with the ball, draws a foul, and the and one is good.
Man's move right there, Tim. Man's move.
And Reed Smith already making an impact here early with a couple points. He'll now get a free throw here to try and make that three. And it is good. That is 3 points there for the Chapman Panthers. They now lead 13-6 here in the first half. Chaplin with the ball. Passes out to Cole Thomas. Back to Chaplin. Panthers playing tight man-on-man defense right now. And Lucas Swidler able to make 2 points there for the Kingsmen as Nakahara takes it back over the half-court line for the Panthers. Rob Nelsen with the ball now. Kicks it out to Luke Selway. Over to Tyler Green. Nelsen with the ball again. Luke Selway out to Nakahara. Deep three-pointer, and it is good. The Panthers are hot here starting off.
Yes, they are. They see the 2-3 zone. They're going to beat that with all those passes.
And that's a steal there for Luke Selway. Passes it over to Nakahara, who is good on the fast break layup. Chapman on a run here, up 18-8, 15 minutes left in the first half. Swidler with the ball there. Pass is intercepted. But Connor Freerick goes out of bounds as he tips the pass. It's going to be Cal Lutheran ball inbounding from the corner.
Chapman is coming out very aggressive offensively, defensively. They already got a steal.
Yeah, you can tell that they're not happy about that last loss that they had to Cal Lutheran, and
they are not
here to make a statement. In for the Kingsmen now is number 1, Jarrett Powers at point guard. And that's a missed shot, rebound taken by Luke Selway over to Nakahara and back to Selway. Rob Nelsen driving, and he's going to be no good here. Kingsmen on the fast break. Nifty pass to Cole Thomas there, but he is no good. Panthers slowing it down here as Nakahara takes it across the half-court line, and the Panthers get set. Over to Rob Nelsen. And there's Freerick. And Freerick passes over to Jeff Kennedy, who gives it to Rob Nelsen, and he's going to be no good.
As we said at the start of the show, Rob Nelsen, I said, needs to have a big day. He's starting a bit cold today, 0 for 4. But he's giving his teammates some nice assists.
And he's going to be replaced right now by number 5, Daniel McCown, junior guard, 6'2", 195. Not a big guy, but we'll see if he can make an impact here for the cold Rob Nelsen. So, Cam, early on here, we see the Panthers are hot, up 18-8, shooting very well, 63% of total shooting right now, 3 of 4 from the three-point range. And Reed Smith actually made a free throw on the and one as well, so that's another 3 for them. What have they been doing so far that's allowed them to be so successful early on?
Well, they're taking those good quality shots, and as you can see here on the replay, it was a beautiful steal there by Luke Selway, and he had a nice, easy assist right there to Reed and put it up for the layup. That's a great defense right there. If you can do that all game, it's looking real good.
And Nakahara able to make the nice layup there. Those are really important ones to make, obviously. You know, you can see guys, they often miss those easy layups. Sometimes the easiest shots are the hardest ones, the saying goes. So we're here in a timeout right now, and the Kingsmen are trying to rally themselves and come up with a plan here to counteract this Chapman offense that has just been flaming hot right off the bat. Panthers coming back onto the court. The Kingsmen will inbound the ball. Excuse me, Nakahara for the Panthers will be inbounding the ball here. And we see McCown out there rolling up the three-point line, making way for Selway, who passes it down low to Reed Smith. Reed Smith with a tipped pass, and that one's out of bounds. It's going to be Kingsman ball. Jarrett Powers moving up the court for the Kingsmen as point guard, calling out his orders for the offense. Passes it out to number 5, Kyle Ferreira. And that's going to be no good for number 33, Michael Wadsworth. Panthers trying to get something going with some pick and roll. And from deep three-point range, Daniel McCown is no good. Kingsman now with the ball. Three-pointer is good for number 5, Kyle Ferreira. Now 18-11, Chapman leads it with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Nakahara looking for a man, finds Jeff Kenny, who passes it over to Reed Smith, finds a lane, going up, and that's another and one for Reed Smith, the big man giving the Kingsmen fits so far.
He is doing real well, driving himself to the hole, as I said at the top of the show, putting the offense through him. And with that basket, he already passed his 4 points. The last time they played this team, he had 4 points. That was a season low. He's already got 6, going for 7.
And the ball been in his hands a lot in this game, looking like the Chapman Panthers really want to get him involved early, get him hot early, as he is one of their best players. And the free throw is good. That will be 3 now for Reed Smith. He's been shooting well so far. The Chapman Panthers now have a 10-point lead here, up to double digits. 13 minutes left in the first half. Powers with the ball. Passes it over to Ferreira. Down low to Michael Wadsworth. He's going to pass it over. Number 23. Austin Cole is no good, and that's going to be out of bounds. Kingsman ball. Jared Powers passes it in from the baseline. Nice easy pass over there to number 23, Austin Cole. But that is going to go. It's now 21-3. Panthers with some miscommunication on the court here on who's going to inbound the ball. Looks like they figured it out, and they are now rolling up towards the Kingsman side. Over. Deep three-pointer is made by Tyler Green. Panthers now lead 24-13. That's an 11-point lead. Jarrett Powers, miscommunication there with his man Michael Wadsworth. That's going to be out of bounds. It'll now be Chapman basketball.
Another turnover made by the Kingsmen. A little miscommunication there.
And Jeff Kenny going to be replaced here by Rob Nelsen. Sean Comer in at point guard. There's Tyler Green with another deep three-pointer. Can't make it. Rob Nelsen with the rebound, though. Back up to Comer. Rob Nelsen now with the basketball, looking for a lane. Manages to spin through the defense, and he is no good on the right side layup. Powers driving, kicks out to his man, and Wadsworth is no good down low.
And you mentioned Tim, Sean Comer entered the game. He's a junior guard out of Costa Mesa. I love his play style. He's very fast. He's kind of a nifty little guy. As you said, he plays point guard. He's a nice backup to Reed.
Yeah, Reed Nakakihara obviously been great from three-point range so far in this game. Gives the Panthers a little bit of flexibility to interchange some guys, get other dudes hot. And that's one good free throw there for Wadsworth, who drew the foul on the missed layup. And now subbing in for the Kingsmen is number 42, Lucas Swidler. We saw him early in warm-ups. The big man can throw it down. And that's 2 for the Kingsmen. Rob Nelsen will now inbound it for the Panthers. Panthers up 24-14. That lead cut to single digits by the Kingsmen with those free throws. Comer directing traffic, moving up the court. Finds Rob Nelsen, who passes to Reed Smith down low. Manages to get himself open with a fake, but his layup is no good.
Seemed like a lot of contact there for me.
And there is a nice easy one for Lucas Swidler, already making an impact on his second sub into the game. Comer directing traffic again. Picks up a block from Reed Smith. And Rob Nelsen gonna kick out to Comer, who finds Rob Nelsen again. Bounce pass to Reed Smith, who is good on the layup on the left side.
The big man.
26-17 Chapman, Reed Smith making an impact here. Kingsman down low. Rebound grabbed by Chapman. That's number 5, Daniel McCown, moving up the court. Passes it out to Tyler Green. Rob Nelsen from the corner is good from 3. And number 13 for the Kingsmen, Palmer Chaplin, taking it up the court. Looking for a lane, can't find anything. But the Kingsmen will be drawing the foul there, and it'll now be Panther basketball.
And Rob Nelsen, as you saw in the corner 3 there, getting his first bucket of the game. Shooting 1 for 5, a little slow start, but Chapman overall as a whole shooting 57.9% from the field.
And sometimes they say, you know, shoot your way out of it. That's what Rob Nelsen seems to be doing right now. And the Chapman Panthers have the lead in order for him to be able to do that. Tyler Green looking for a lane. Rob Nelsen from 3 again, and he is no good. That makes him 1 for 6. Kingsman with the rebound. Palmer Chaplin over to Kyle Ferreira. He finds Swidler down low, and Swidler is no good, but he has drawn a foul. That's the second team foul for the Panthers here early. Still 10 minutes left in this first half. And that first one from Swidler is no good. Swidler good on the second free throw. That cuts the Chapman lead to 9. Excuse me, 11. And Reed Nakakihara going to be back in the game now. Comer out. And Reed Nakakihara going to try to pick up a pick. Rob Nelsen finding an open spot. Nakakihara with the ball again. Up to the free throw line. Panthers trying to get somebody open with this pick and roll. Driving. And that was Connor Thierick with the short baseline jumper. He's no good.
And Rob Nelsen getting that crucial. Oh! Almost a turnover right there for the Panthers, but Rob Nelsen getting that nice offensive board.
Yep, Nakakihara now picking up a pick from Thierick. Passes it out. Luke Selway back over to Josh Mendoza, who's been subbed into this game for the first time. And Cal Lutheran going to get called with the reach in right there. It's going to be Panther basketball.
Chapman seems to be adopting the 5 passes before you shoot method.
Well, that's never a good sign when you can't find anything open to shoot, but as we see, the Panthers offensively have not been having such a hard time. 29-18 Panthers right now. They're up 11. We are now going to be in a timeout. And now we're going to take a look at some of the highlights so far in this game.
And this one we saw a little bit earlier, Luke Selway with a nice little steal to Reed Nakakihara. And Reed Nakakihara, as you can see, having a good game. That was the corner 3 earlier in the game. And yeah, speaking of threes, Chapman's been kind of launching it from downtown. They have they've gone 5 for 9 from 3-point, which is 15 points, which is looking real good there.
Already 9 shots from downtown. That's big for the Panthers. They've only taken 21, so nearly half of their shots have been from deep 3-point range. A couple of them big deep shots from, we've seen Nakahara hit deep especially, and this offense just hot. That's been the story so far in this game. Cal Lutheran 18 points through the first 11 minutes. Not necessarily a bad stat line, but the Panthers coming out here nearly 30 points through the first few minutes of this game, and Cal Lutheran really needed to collect themselves with that timeout there, so we'll see what happens here as the Panthers come back onto the court. And that one going to be tipped out after the inbound. Another inbound coming for Chapman. Referee's having a conference at half court now.
And he mentioned during that timeout, Cal Lutheran coach Tim Fusina was probably telling his team, got to play some defense, guys. As he said, nearly 30 points in the first 11 minutes. That's not what you want from a team that statistically does very good on defense.
And Reed Nakakihara inbound to Selway. Rob Nelsen now with it. Right side 3-point line. Nakahara picks up a pick from Fierick. Fierick now with the ball. 2 men on him. Takes a shot anyways. As the shot clock was running out, he is no good. Cal Lutheran running the fast break. Aaron's pass causes a turnover there.
Austin Cole, you can't walk. You cannot walk. And that's another costly turnover there for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen.
And that's just a mental mistake there. You know, on the fast break, you have time to make a good pass, and they didn't. And now it's Panther ball. Nakahara with a deep 3-pointer, and he is good, silky smooth on the stroke.
He is feeling it. And that'll put him in double digits, 11 points there.
Palmer Chaplin now moving it up the court for the Kingsmen. Crosses up Reed Nakakihara, but can't find anything after that. Passes over to Wadsworth, who drives back over to Chaplin. Picks up a pick from Wadsworth. And a deep 3-pointer taken, but it's no good for Austin Cole. Nakahara out, 3-point line. And it's no good for number 30, Josh Mendoza, the junior guard for the Panthers. Chaplin now directing his offense. Passes it over to Kyle Ferreira. And another shot there from Austin Cole is going to be good. 32-21 Panthers with 7:45 left in this game. Reed Nakakihara calling plays. Picks up a pick there from Fierick. Takes a shot, and he is good from 3 again.
Whew. He is heating it up.
35-21 Panthers here in the first half.
He saw the zone defense. He said, you know what, I'm just going to step up, take another 3. I'm feeling it. And that'll put him at 5 for 5 on the day. Perfect shooting.
Panthers playing very effective zone defense right now. And they're going to grab another travel penalty for Cal Lutheran. Chapman basketball. Selwick going to inbound. Nakahara waiting. In for the Panthers right now is at point guard is Reed Nakakihara. Shooting guard Luke Selway. Center you got Reed Smith. Out at the wing you have Tyler Green. And then Rob Nelsen at the power forward. Selway out to Green. Nakahara another deep 3. And just a little bit short on that one. And the Kingsmen going to grab the rebound. And they will be bringing it in here. Down 14 here with 7 minutes left in the first half. Chaplin moving up the court. Nakahara playing defense. And Chapman driving, finds some space, but no good. Selway with the rebound. Fast break now for the Panthers. And they're just going to settle down. That's Nakakihara at the top of the three-point line again. Tyler Green, nothing. Luke Selway, covered. Rob Nelsen over to Reed Smith, a little bit of give and go action, and Rob Nelsen is good from three-point range.
And another timeout right there by the Kingsmen.
And you can hear the Chapman fans and Chapman bench cheering after that timeout, because that means the other team is on their heels right now.
Chapman shooting 8 for 14 from 3, and they are just dicing up that defense. And looks like we have a replay here. Once again, Nakakihara just lighting him up from downtown, Tim.
Yeah, his range doesn't seem to have much of a limit here, as he's been taking, as you can see, deep three-point shots.
2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line.
Those are long shots there for Reed Nakakihara, playing point guard for the Chapman Panthers. He's been effective so far in this game. Nakakihara, 5 of 6, 4 of 5 from three-point range. He's got 14 points. He's leading the team right now, but not close, not far behind him. Reed Smith with 10, 4 of 6.
That's right. It's a good mix. You want to have your center and your big man and your small man getting points across the board. It means you have a nice dynamic offense right there. And I would assume that Cal Lutheran, they may think about trying to run man-to-man defense. They've been running zone the whole game, and Chapman has seemed to dice that up. 38 points. I would say man-to-man, Tim.
Yeah, and that's really where you see coaching come in, you know. The Chapman offense, Nakakihara reading that zone defense, taking those shots when they're open, and Cal Lutheran, hopefully, for their sake, going to change the strategy.
Change that strategy for sure.
Chaplin moving up the court, passes out to Connor Cole. Down low, Connor Cole out to Chaplin, takes a deep three-pointer, and that's no good. Rebound grabbed by number 11, Jerry Lawson. That's his first time on the court for the Kingsmen. Now Panthers with the basketball after an errant shot from Cal Lutheran. That's Luke Selway with the ball. He's going to kick it out to Comer. Green, a little bit of give and go action there. Comer up top at half court, directing traffic, looking for a pick from Reed Smith. Finds Green for the deep three-point shot, and it is good
goodness.
As the shot clock nearly expires. 41-21 now. Panthers up 20 here in the first half with 5 minutes left. Cal Lutheran frantically looking for something, and that was quite the cross-up there.
Yeah, not good.
From Michael Wadsworth. It looked like his defender actually slipped on the ground. He's good from 3. That's going to cut the lead to 17 for the Kingsmen. Luke Selway with a nice pass there to Reed Smith, who draws the foul. Wadsworth making an effort to stop that wide open layup.
Nice little give and go there. Reed Smith taking it to the hole again. And he's at the line for the 3rd time.
And you know, you see a lot, players like Reed Smith need to rough them up down low, and teams like to take that risk, you know. Would you rather foul the guy, make him think twice before going inside again, or let him have all those wide open layups with that size? A lot of the times teams are willing to take that risk.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You want to play hard, especially someone like Reed Smith, who's a big guy. And he has the ability to just man you up and just overpower you and take it to the hole. I mean, Reed Smith is 6'6", 218. And as you can see here on your screen, we're going to have another look at a couple of these threes, mainly from Tyler Green from way back, about 3 feet back. And they're shooting 60% from 3, 9 of 15. And if you do that, Tim, you're going to win the game. I mean, 60% from 3 is absurd numbers. And that was this play right there. We saw Reed Smith seem to, I guess, slip. We'll call it a slip.
And this isn't necessarily your dad's basketball here between the Panthers and the Kingsmen. A lot of three-pointers being taken. That's something that has really advanced as part of the game here later in the basketball history books. But you can see today the Panthers taking full advantage of that three-point line, and a lot of guys on that team have just incredible range.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Chapman, history shows Chapman's always been kind of a running-gun type of team. This year they're a little bit different, more of a pound it to the basket. But it's always nice to see that deep shooting that we've seen in years past.
All right, checking in for the Panthers. Reed Smith and Rob Nelsen will be the two big men down low. Over on the wing, you have number 22, Jeff Kenny. And in the backcourt, you have Tyler Green and Sean Comer. Reed Smith is good on one free throw. Has he missed one yet, Cam?
He has not missed one yet. Big man's doing good on his free throws.
And Smith good on another free throw. Hack-a-Smith, not a thing.
That is not a thing. Currently shooting 100% from the free throw line, not only as an individual player, Reed Smith, but as a team, shooting 100% from the free throw line.
And Chapman directing traffic for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Stolen by Comer. A little bit of a head fake, decides to keep it, passes it up to Rob Nelsen, who gives it back to Comer. Panthers slowing the offense down, figuring out what play to run. Tyler Green sets a pick for Comer, who passes it over to Rob Nelsen. Comer again with the ball up at the top of the three-point line. Finds Green, who's covered. Comer over to Nelsen. Shot clock winding down. Nelsen out to Green, deep three-pointer. And that is just a little bit overshot, but rebound grabbed by Connor Friek. Comer with the ball again, grabbing two individual picks from big men. Tyler Green over to Comer. Down to Friek. Rob Nelsen, Tyler Green open. Deep three is good. And that's another three-pointer for the Chapman Panthers. They've decided that they're just going to take threes today.
They're just going to take threes all day. They are raining it from downtown, and the Kingsmen can't seem to stop it.
And Kingsmen rolling on offense right now. You got Kyle Ferreira making a big play right there to keep the ball in their possession. An incredible pass there from Chaplin over to Wadsworth, but Wadsworth no good. And it looks like he's going to get a couple free throws off of that one.
Chapman is playing some real good defense today. They have 2 steals, and they've caused 6 turnovers for the Kingsmen.
And Wadsworth here shooting a free throw. We'll see if he can continue to keep that percentage up for the Kingsmen. Looks like it's going to go down a little bit. They were shooting 75% before that one. Chapman leads 46-24 here with 3:30 left in the first half. And for those of you just joining us, these two teams have played before. Chapman losing that matchup, shooting a low percentage. This game, so far, been a completely different story.
Completely different turnaround. And Chapman statistically does do better at home. As you mentioned, they lost 77-88 the first time they played the Kingsmen. Shooting 37%. They are not doing that today.
And it looks like Selway is going to take it in for the Panthers and immediately give it to Reed Nakakihara, who grabs a pick from Reed Smith, gets it open to Rob Nelsen. Smith down low, back up top to Nelsen, who takes a three-pointer, and it is good. 49 now for the Panthers in the first half. Selway looking to make a play there, but still Kingsman ball after the steal attempt. You got to like the aggressive defense even being up by this much, though, Cam.
Absolutely. Nearly at 50 with 3 minutes left in the first half.
And at this pace, looks like, you know, a team could get to 100 at this pace, but we rarely see that here from the Panthers. That would be a very high-scoring game from this squad. And down low, it is no good for the Kingsmen. Fast break. Tyler Green finds Rob Nelsen open, and he is no good. Rebound grab by the Kingsmen. That's number 3, Randy White, charging up the court for the Kingsmen. Passes it over to number 21, Rob Hunter. And at point guard is Jarrett Powers. He's going to drive, can't find any room. And another turnover for the Kingsmen there. That's Selway up the court.
And he thought about it there. He thought about it.
And Nakakihara ending up with the basketball after Selway opts not to take the three-pointer. Nakakihara down low. Back out to Nakakihara. And Rob Nelsen able to hit Selway, but it is no good. And there is going to be a foul on number 34, TJ Fago. And Rob Nelson's going to get 2 free throws. There's one. Team free throw percentage still 100% for the Panthers after that one. And still 100% after that one.
Nothing changed.
That's another 2 for Rob Nelson. This team has been shooting very high efficiency shots, taking very good free throws at 100%. And Cal Lutheran can't necessarily say the same. They're only shooting 40.9%, 9 of 22 right now. There's number 21, Rob Hunter with the basketball. He passes it out to Jarrett Powers, and he's no good on the three-pointer. It is rebounded by number 22, Jeff Kenny on the Panthers side. Nakakihara open in the corner, and that's just an easy one for him.
He loves that little corner. That's another 3 for him.
And nearly an easy fast break there for the Kingsmen. Now we have a man down. That is number 34, TJ Fago.
Seemed to have landed hard on his ankle or knee. We might get a replay on that in a second. And he's still up.
Looks like he'll be all right. Shouldn't be a serious injury. But that was quite a defensive play there by Selway to tip that pass on really what was a great pass from Powers, looking to get a fast break going there for the Kingsmen. Powers going to inbound it now at point guard for the Kingsmen. Passes it out and gets it back. Picks up a pick from his man Swidler. Finds a lane, and Powers is good on the floater.
Nice little spin move there. Went right down the center.
And there's a foul called on Chapman. Tyler Green being called with it. That's the 5th team foul for the Panthers in this half. A minute 20 left here in the first half. Chapman leads 54-27. Powers moving up the court. Swidler next to him. Three-pointer taken. No good. Rebounded. Nearly goes across the half-court line, but a great effort there by Randy White to give it back to Powers. Powers with 2 men on him. Finds some space and takes a shot, but he is no good, and Tyler Green is going to grab the rebound. Luke Selway moving up the court. Passes it over to Nakakihara. Nearly takes a shot, decides with a pump fake. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nakakihara sends it over to Selway, who gives it back to Nakakihara, looks for some space, finds Reed Smith with a little bit, and Smith is no good on the layup.
Chapman is just pounding the glass this entire first half. Lots of offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. We talked about at the start of the show here, Tim. If you hit the glass, they're going to get the victory here. And gosh, Reed Smith just having himself a game.
And Jeff Kenny, great with a rebound there, takes another shot, draws a foul, and he'll get 2 at the line as well. He is no good on his first. That stops their 100% streak. But they've been getting so many free throws, I don't think that it's going to be much of a problem for the Panthers. And he is good on his second. That's Jeff Kenny, the junior guard from Phoenix, Arizona. Another timeout called there by Cal Lutheran. It will be Cal Lutheran ball coming out of this timeout. Cam, they need to get some momentum going into this second half in order to stay competitive against this very, very hot Chapman offense. What can they do?
Absolutely. Well, I don't think they're feeding it to number 23, Austin Cole, and number 5, Calif. I talked about at the start of the show. That was kind of their 2 go-to guys. They haven't really done much today. No one on the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen team is in double digits. Chapman has 4 guys in double digits. They've been going down to the center. Lucas Swidler has 7 points, but I think they need to fix their defense. I mean, they just can't seem to stop Chapman at all. So we'll see what happens during the halftime and see what Coach Tim Fusa can do for this team, but it is not looking good at all right now for Cal Lutheran.
And offensively, you'd like to see them get it to some of their playmakers here in the remaining seconds of the first half to try and get a few points in order to close that lead a little bit. But that is going to be quite the task ahead of them going forward. Powers going to pass it out. That's number 3, Randy White, who passes it back to Powers. Shot clock, no more. Game clock, only the remaining time. Pass intercepted by Jeff Kenny, who passes it out. Tyler White, no good. Rebound, Kingsmen. And a late full court shot taken by Randy White is going to be no good. The Panthers will go into halftime up 55-27 here. Big lead, great shooting percentage. They've been feeding their guys. Rob Nelsen got off to a little bit of a cold start, but that was all right, Cam?
That's right. As you said, he shot himself out of that hole, and currently he has 11 points. He's shooting 3 for 9. But as a whole, the team is shooting so well, and we'll see what Coach Bo does in the locker room, and they're going to look to get this victory here today, Tim.
Yeah, and you want to see the Cal Lutheran defense maybe step up a little bit. We'll be back here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the first half highlights. Here back first half for the Chapman University offense. We had some crazy stuff happening down there. Deep three-point shots. Nice post play by Rob Nelsen and Reed Smith, like you said they needed to do. Let's take a look at some of those first half highlights that are important to that Chapman lead.
And as you see, the first one is a nice little Rob Smith. He started off cold, as we said, 1-5, but Reed Smith got in there with the and 1. And the name of the game is threes, number 5 right there. Kyle Ferreira with the huge 3 right there. And that's the big steal right there by Luke Sowe. We saw at the start of the game with the nice assist to Reed Nakakihara, who has a huge game himself in double digits. And of course, as we mentioned, the threes from downtown, all of them. Tyler Green right there with the huge 3. Reed Nakakihara again from the corner. He made that twice in the first half. And again, lots of threes. They're shooting 57.1% from 3, and they're only shooting 51.4% from the field goal. So they're actually doing better at threes. Tyler Green from nearly 4 feet behind the three-point line right there with a huge one. And that was Cal's number 33, Michael Wadsworth right there from the corner. And a lot of passing we saw too, nearly 3 or 4 passes before each shot. Tyler Green right there with a huge 3. And Rob Nelsen ended that one right there with a huge 3. And there it is, the second time, Reed Nakakihara in the corner. Lots of threes this game. It's a pretty cool three-point shootout. You love to see that in the highlights.
And we see the court have a matchup. Just
yeah, so as you said, no, the halftime stats right here. Field goals, 10 for 26 for the Kingsmen and 18 for 35 for Chapman. And the big thing, the side of the game, as I said many times, is three-pointers. 12 for 21 for Chapman and 3 for 8 for the Kingsmen. 4 steals for Chapman and a couple turnovers that the Kingsmen had. They had 5. So everything, as you could say, is favored toward Chapman, which is huge right there. That's why they're up big, 55-27. And we do have Aaron on the sideline with an interview. Aaron, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. And with such a great first half, what do you plan on telling your guys to keep up the intensity for the rest of the game?
Well, you know, it was a nice first half for us, but it's just one half. And Cal Lu is a really explosive offensive team, and so we're just going to talk all about defense and kind of staying with our game plan in the second half.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach, and back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Don't go anywhere.
And we are back here on Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. We've been having a little bit of communication issues, so we apologize for the delay. The Kingsmen came out and got 2 points right off the bat, but now Chapman looking to respond. Reed Smith down low, passes it out, which is intercepted by Chapman. What a play by the Cal Lutheran defense. Chapman wide open from 3, and he is good with an easy shot. That's 5 right off the bat for the Kingsmen as Nakakihara travels back up the court. Nakakihara looking to set something up. Selway with the ball now. Nakakihara with the ball. Rob Nelsen gonna pass it over to Tyler White. Nelsen from 3 is good, and Chapman responds to the 5 with their own 3. Chapman looking to find somebody. That's number 5, Kyle Ferreira. A nice little post move, but it is no good. Reed Smith with the rebound. Nakakihara finds Tyler White on the 3-point line in the corner, but he decides not to take the shot, and instead it now is in Rob Nelson's hands. Ends back up with Reed Nakakihara over to Tyler Selway. Tyler White's shot is no good. Cal Lutheran's number 23, Austin Cole, gets a shot. As Cam said earlier, they needed to get the ball into Austin Cole's hands and Kyle Ferreira's hands, and that's what they've been doing so far in this half. Cal Lutheran with 7 in the first 2 minutes of the half. Reed Smith at the top of the 3-point line, drives, finds a lane, and with a fake with a one hand, is able to navigate through the defense and get the one-handed layup on the right side. What a play by Reed Smith right there. Chapman with the ball. And that was Kyle Ferreira with an errant spin move, and he's no good on the shot. It's going to be an inbound for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Number 23, Austin Cole, will be passing it in. He's giving it to Chapman. Chapman finds a pick from Lucas Swidler, and there is another playmaker shot from Cal Lutheran. Number 23, Austin Cole, is no good, though. And Reed Nakakihara looks to find a lane, passes it out to Selway. Selway out to Tyler White. Rob Nelsen at the top of the 3-point line. Selway looking for some room, kicks it out, and Rob Nelson's shot from the corner is no good. High pass is tipped by Luke Selway. And there is now a tussle on the side of the court after he landed on top of Chapman after tipping that ball. Looks like it'll now be Cal Lutheran's basketball. Chapman with a personal foul there for that action. And it will indeed be Chapman's ball. Nakakihara gonna take it off the inbound from Luke Selway. And Nakakihara moving up the court. Reed Smith looking for a lane, can't find anything, but Luke Selway looking to get some space, backing it down the defense, and nearly goes in, but the layup does not fall off the spin move. Chapman for the Kingsmen now moving it down the court, and he's gonna get hit with a traveling penalty. Chapman basketball. 60-34 here at the Hut. 16:30 left in the second half here. Chapman men's basketball leading it. Reed Nakakihara passes it over to Tyler White. Reed Smith, layup is good. 62-34 Chapman now. That's Austin Cole with the pass over to Kyle Ferreira. Down to Lucas Swidler, who is no good on the layup.
All right. Looks like we're back. All right. Here we are. Sorry about the technical difficulties there.
Yeah, nice of you to join us, Cam.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Cam Backstrom, our color commentator, is now back with me. Cam, what you like out of this second half so far?
Well, Cal, as you said at the beginning there, came up pretty strong. 5 points in a quick, less than 30 seconds. But Chapman's trying to regain control here. They're still up by a lot. And I'm just loving the offense.
Chapman offense is flowing. Reed Nakakihara with the ball now. Nakakihara looking for an open man. Passes it over to his man at the top of the three-point line. Selway, errant pass to Nakakihara. Breakaway for Austin Cole. And the layup is good with pressure from Rob Nelsen. 62-36, Chapman. Cal Lutheran coming out, scoring better than they did in the first half, but will it be enough in the second half? That's a bad pass from Nelsen is intercepted by Cal Lutheran after some rolling on the floor. Austin Cole hits a contested three-pointer. That's 2 shots now made by Austin Cole with Rob Nelsen right up in his face.
He's starting to heat up here.
Nakakihara looking for an open man, directing traffic, picks up a pick, and another interception from the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen.
That's a travel.
And there's Chapman with another travel. I believe that's his second or third this game. He might want to work on dribbling when he spins around.
You're very right there. It's 11 turnovers for the Kingsmen, 7 for Chapman. But Chapman's kind of playing a little bit of a sloppy basketball game here so far in the start of the second half here, hence the timeout.
And do you think that has anything to do with the score? You know, they're up by so much. Would they come out and possibly play a little bit too aggressively, thinking that they're kind of home free at this point?
I would definitely say that. You know, as you say, no lead is comfortable. So they seem to be a little bit too relaxed. They don't have that fire like they did at the first couple minutes of the first half. And if you look here, we're going to have the replay here of the turnover that was just committed by Chapman, and Austin Cole was wide open, and right there, simple layup right there for Austin Cole.
And here we have a Cal Lutheran timeout. Chapman huddled over there. Cal Lutheran on the other side of the court, figuring out how they're going to eclipse this large lead that Chapman has created and the hole that Cal Lutheran has dug themselves into.
It is a large lead indeed, and Chapman is still shooting over 50% both from field goal and from three-point range. So that is not good for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen.
Now coming back onto the court for the Chapman Panthers, you have Comer at point guard. Number 13, Tyler Green at shooting guard. Number 15, Kevin Fierick at the center, excuse me. And then at the power forward, you have number 22, Jeff Kenny. And out in the wing is Luke Selway, who has been money tonight. Luke Selway passes it over to Tyler Green. Selway looking, finds some space. Back out to number 22, Jeff Kenny, and he is good from 3.
Gotta love Luke Selway. He's always looking to pass before he shoots.
Now on the court for Cal Lutheran, number 33, Michael Wadsworth with the ball. Passes it out to number 13, Palmer Chaplin, and he's going to be good from 3, 65-42 Chapman. There's Comer, passes it over. White now with the ball. Excuse me, Green now with the ball. And Comer looking to make something happen with few seconds left on the shot clock, kicks it out, and that is no good from Jeff Kenny. Chaplin now moving up the court, passes it out to Wadsworth. Wadsworth with a bounce pass that's intercepted by Chapman. Comer running up the court, looking for a lane, passes it up top, out to Tyler Green, and Selway's gonna dribble out of bounds there on the baseline.
Seemed to be a foul.
Oh, it is a foul.
I thought he stepped out of bounds too.
Yeah. So it's going to be a foul on Wadsworth. That's another foul for Cal Lutheran as they try to get back in this game playing tough defense. And it'll be inbounded by Sean Comer at the point guard for the Panthers. Rob Nelsen now checking in for Luke Selway. Tyler Green receives the over-the-shoulder pass on the inbound, passes it out to Jeff Kenny, back over to Rob Nelsen. Jeff Kenny with the ball looking for a lane. Sean Comer can't find any space, but he finds who else?
Who
Reed
else down
Smith
there? Reed
down
Smith.
low.
Nice little hook there with the left hand. Beautiful touch.
Palmer Chaplin running up and down the three-point line looking for somewhere to go. Wadsworth thinks about it, passes it out to Chaplin. Chaplin finds a man inside, but he drops it off the perfect leading pass. Three-point from Austin Cole is no good, and Sean Comer up the court. Tyler Green, good from three. That's 70-42 Chapman now with 12 minutes left in the second half.
Almost the right color there, but another three right there from Tyler Green. That'll put him at 17 points.
Chapman playing very pressed defense. A block there. And that was just a crazy series of events right there. So Jeff Kenny able to block the shot right there. And then as Comer tries to corral it, it goes out of bounds. It'll now be Cal Lutheran basketball. Tyler Green and Sean Comer coming off the court. In for them is Reed Nakakihara and number 5, Daniel McCown.
A little bit of a more physical basketball game here in the second half.
And there's a personal foul on Reed Nakakihara. Cal Lutheran basketball. Passing it in is number 4, Cole Thomas. Chaplin now with the ball. Deep shot there from Ferreira, and it is no good. Rob Nelsen inbounds it to Reed Nakakihara. The Chapman offense sets up. Daniel McCown passes it over to Rob Nelsen. Reed Nakakihara out to Jeff Kenny. Jeff Kenny able to pass it over to Daniel McCown. Rob Nelsen with a nifty over-the-shoulder pass to Reed Smith. But that is intercepted by Cal Lutheran. Chaplin moving through the key, can't find any space. Out from three-point range is number 4, Cole Thomas for Cal Lutheran, and he is short. Jeff Kenny can't lose his man, passes it out to Reed Nakakihara. Nakakihara over to Daniel McCown, who hands it off to Jeff Kenny. And Rob Nelsen now with a lane inside, opts to kick it out to McCown, who manages to draw a foul as he charges inside.
It's a good drive of the basket right there. They're going to keep it on the ground.
That's going to be Chapman basketball now with the lead 70-42. 10:35 left in the second half. Chapman looking to continue to make that playoff push here in the month of February. Nakakihara now with the ball. Passes over Rob Nelsen. Kicks it out. Easy shot for Jeff Kenny. And that's a no-go. Lucas Swidler gets it over to Ferreira, but he is unable to make the reverse layup. And McCown now charges down the lane looking for some space.
And one.
Gets the and one. McCown able to charge through traffic there. not a tall guy, but he's definitely stocky, and that definitely gives him some size inside, lets him, especially with that momentum charging down the court.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 6'2", 195 for a guard that's pretty sizey, and took it all the way. And that beautiful and one.
McCown now with a free throw. Is no good, overshot. Rob Nelsen with the rebound, though. McCown out to Nakakihara. Nakakihara looking for an open man. Picks up a pick. McCown now with the ball. There's Kenny, passes it inside to Nelsen, who finds a lane and gets the opposite hand layup to go. Austin Cole kicks it out to Ferreira, and he is good from 3 for the Kingsmen. That is now 74-45. Chapman.
There's that Cole to Ferreira kind of friendship I talked about at the beginning of the show. Haven't seen too much of that tonight, though.
Chapman defense has been doing a good job of locking those two players up, but they have definitely come alive here in the second half. And as we talk about coming alive,
there you go.
The man who couldn't miss from three-point range in the first half makes another one here in the second half, Reed Nakakihara.
He's at 20 points, shooting 7 for 8, 6 for 7 from downtown. What a day he's having.
He's only taken one shot inside. But why would he?
Why would he? If you keep making from outside, keep it going.
So Cal Lutheran calls another timeout here, trying to stall that Chapman momentum. They had a little bit of back and forth going on there, but they're trying to hopefully close this lead with 9 minutes left in this game.
And here is the shot right here from Reed Nakakihara. As we said all day, he's been doing it. Feeling good.
And you can see he doesn't put his toes up to the three-point line either. He's not afraid of stepping it back, using a little bit of that range. And you don't necessarily expect those shorter players to have such long range.
I know, 5'9", 179 pounds, but he is just stepping back and draining it.
And Reed Nakakihara using that range to create a little bit of space for himself, get away from the defense. He's a little bit undersized at 5'9", but he's still able to make that shot, you know. And we like to talk about undersized. He's 5'9". That's still 2 inches taller than me, so.
Chapman is playing very good basketball today. As we mentioned, Rob Nelsen, Reed Smith, and Tyler Green, all at 16, 18, and 17 points respectively. All three of those guys can hit 20, just like Reed Nakakihara did. So that would be 4 players with 20 points. That is phenomenal offense right there from the Chapman Panthers.
And they've gotten plenty of points generated from their bench as well. Number 22, Jeff Kenny, one of those guys that's been able to contribute. Sean Comer as well. And there's Powers checking in at point guard for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Three-pointer from Austin Cole is no good. Nakakihara taking it off the turnover. Some nifty passing there from Chapman.
Jeff Kenny trying to get a little fancy there.
Jeff Kenny looking, he thought he had a dunk there.
He thought he did.
But not able to get it. It looks like he will get a free throw, though. Cal Lutheran not afraid to get in your way if you have an open lane. They've showed us that today, as Chapman has had quite a few free throws. 9 to be exact. That's 1 from Jeff Kenny. And you can see the Cal Lutheran coaches are just befuddled on the sideline, watching Chapman grow this lead with another free throw. That one's off, but that will tack on 1 point to the lead. That'll be 78-45 now. Austin Cole with in the corner. Powers up top with the ball, directing traffic, looking for a lane. Finds Wadsworth, who takes a mid-range jumper, and he is no good. And after some fighting, Chapman will get the rebound. There's Selway charging down the court. McCown gonna take the three-pointer. It's no good. And the rebound is won by Cal Lutheran. Luke Swidler, bad pass though to Wadsworth, and it hits his feet. And Chapman able to recover.
A kickball there called, but they tried to do a little cherry picking.
There's Selway to McCown. McCown with the shot, and it is good. Another three-pointer for Chapman. 81-45 now, as Chapman continues to grow that lead. 36 points to be exact. 7:40 left in this game. Cal Lutheran prepares to send in an entire new line. And there's a great pass from Ferreira to Swidler to get 2 for Cal Lutheran.
And as you mentioned there, Tim, yeah, Cal Lutheran's ready to send in 5 more subs. Looks like Cal Lutheran knows this one is over. Why not get it? Don't want to get anybody hurt.
And why is this one over so fast, Cam? Why was Chapman able to gain this lead as another three-pointer falls from McCown?
Well, there's your answer right there, Tim, is just these threes. I mean, from the start, Chapman came out with a barrage of three-pointers. Now they're currently shooting 54.8% from 3, 17 for 31. That's going to win you games, Tim.
And looking like it will win them the game today. Powers with a great pass there to Lucas Swidler, but it's not going to count. Swidler putting on a show. Too bad that didn't count. That was quite the dunk.
Quite the dunk.
And Swidler, big guy, 6'7", 225. So, you know, when you're
that close to the rim.
6 feet.
Exactly.
The dunks come a little bit easier, and he showed us right there. So Chapman now getting a break here as Cal Lutheran calls a timeout. Cal Lutheran figuring out what in the world they're going to do to close this lead a little bit and make this a little bit more of a respectable loss.
I mean, if you look at the last time these guys met on New Year's, January 1st, 2018, Cal Lutheran won 88-77, so it was only by 11, so it was still a decently close game. This one, on the other hand, is pretty much a blowout. And it looks like we have a replay here. And this is going to be...
That was McCown's layup.
McCown's layup, exactly. And this is Rob Nelson's great move to the rim right there. Nice little touch. And again, the barrage of threes we've seen all day. Reed Nakakihara from downtown. And that was the dunk that should have counted but didn't. Lucas Swidler right there, the sophomore, 6'7", so he's young right there.
And you see plays like that out of a guy who's so young. As a coach, you have to be very excited about your future with Swidler. Swidler today, not a bad showing, but obviously they would have liked better. 5 of 8 for 11 points.
You can't really be too upset with that, Tim. I mean, the Cal Lutheran team, they're a young team with a couple freshmen and sophomores. Their oldest guy in their starting lineup is only a sophomore. A junior, Kyle Ferreira, the junior. So young lineup there for Cal Lutheran.
So they do have a bright future, but today, the immediate future, the ride home, not so bright.
Not going to be fun. It's going to be a long ride home.
And Chapman now checking in a couple different players. Number 30, Josh Mendoza, and number 22, Jeff Kenny, come into the game. Sean Comer as well. There's Reed Smith back in action. And Comer trying to get fancy through 4 defenders, not able to make the shot. Shot is blocked, and it will be Cal Lutheran basketball. That's number 11, Jerry Lawson, the freshman for Cal Lutheran, inbounding it to Chaplin. Lawson, a tall guy, 6'5", another young one, like you said, Cam. Chaplin out to Cole Thomas. Cole Thomas can't find any room, back out to Chaplin. And Chaplin with the deep 3, and it is short. And Cole Thomas boxes out Reed Smith for a rebound right there, muscles it out of Reed Smith's hands. And so even in this loss, you gotta like seeing plays like that from your young guys. Cole Thomas, freshman, 6'3", able to rip the ball out of Reed Smith's hands, the resident big man for the Chapman Panthers. There's Mendoza from 3, and it is good. Another 3 from Chapman, and another 3 from the bench.
The threes are coming today, and Tim, we may hit 100 points. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. There is a good chance.
Only 13 points short of 100 at 87-49. 5:30 left in this game in the second half here. Chapman Panthers lead it at home. There's number 11. Jerry Lawson looking for some room, kicks it back out to Chaplin, who gives it to number 4, Cole Thomas, who is no good on the three-pointer. And now charging down the court is McCown. Passes it over to Comer. Reed Smith inside, and what a layup.
The big man once again, and that'll put him at 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. What a stat line.
An opposite hand layup with contact. Incredible shot by Reed Smith. That's going to go for Connor Cole for Cal Lutheran, bringing their score up to 51 points today.
And here's the play right here from the lovely center, Reed Smith. The big man, look at that nice little touch right there. Should have been a foul if you ask me. It looked like a lot of bit of contact.
That was quite a bit of contact, but, you know, you're not really going to get that many calls when you're leading by over 30 points.
That's true. That's
Reed Smith with an incredible layup there. Opposite hand, too. You got to love that reach that he has with his height. He's such a big guy at 6'6", 218. And he's been able to do quite a bit of damage tonight. 8 of 11 on shooting, 4 for 4 on free throws for 20 points, tied with Reed Nakakihara for the lead.
And Coach Bo in his huddle there is going to give the opportunity for some freshmen to play in this game. A couple minutes left. I saw number 31, Brandon Chan, the freshman, going to check in here in a second. It's be good for all the young guys to get a little playing time.
You know, that's one of the best things. Obviously, you want to win the game, but when you're leading by this much or even losing, you can sub in those younger guys, kind of grow your program a lot, because you don't want to be too top-heavy, because as a coach, you got to keep that job, right?
Absolutely.
One good season is not going to do you enough to keep that job. So you got to grow that program with those underclassmen, keep it going. And it looks like both of these teams are going to do that here, checking in some younger guys on the Chapman side. Down low, we're going to have number 11, Jasper Verduin. Over at the point, number 23, Kyle Weisberger. Number 14 with the ball now, Kevin Marlowe. 22, a familiar face, Jeff Kenny. He's been getting quite a bit of playing time tonight. Shot clock winding down. And shot blocked. And that's a turnover as number 23, Kai Weisberger, the sophomore, is no good.
You see Coach Bo over there on the bench. He's just clapping away. He's like, that's just more time off the clock, 30 seconds. We're in no rush to score.
Number 3, heading up the Cal Lutheran offense right now, that's Randy White. He's another freshman on that roster. Jerry Lawson now with the ball. And that's a personal foul called on number 23, Kai Weisberger.
So this game is wrapping up in a bit here. Just want to look forward to a couple games here. Wednesday, February 7th, Chapman is taking on Whittier here at the Hutton Sports Center. They beat them the last time, 79-75, January 10th. As Tim said multiple times, just keeping this playoff push alive.
And Cal Lutheran not giving up. Quite a fight there for the rebound. Lots of tall big men in right now. Lots of post plays. The smallest shooters like Nakakihara taking a break. Chapman looking to make something happen with these younger players right now. There's number 14, Kevin Marlowe, who passes it out. Number 22, Jeff Kenny, going to take the shot. Turned over, though. And a nice Euro step there from number 21, Rob Hunter, another freshman, 6'4" from West Hills, California. That cuts the Panthers' lead, but it will not be enough as the Panthers already have 89. Cal Lutheran 53. 3 minutes left in this game. Panthers driving and kicking. Finally find a man open. That's number 14, Kevin Marlowe, and it is no good. But number 11, Jasper Verdun, is able to make it go. That'll be 91 now for the Panthers, 91-53. 2:30 left in this game. So, Cam, did your players to watch perform today?
You know what? Most of them did. Rob Nelsen had a really good stat line. But Reed Smith, my goodness, 8 for 11, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Reed Nakakihara was not one of my players to watch, but still had a phenomenal game. I have to give him a shout out. 20 points right there and 2 assists. But somebody else I want to give a quick shout out to is Luke Selway. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Couple stats short from a triple-double, which is something you want out of your starter who's a guard.
Yep, you like that. You like to see that a lot. Diversity across the stat line. You don't want to just see points, just see assists. Well-balanced players. It shows in their stat line. They have well-balanced stat lines. So Chapman really liked this performance today, would you say, Cam?
Oh, yeah, they definitely did. 91 points. That is smoking.
That is definitely going to be one of their highest scoring games on the season. 2 minutes left now. That's number 11, Jasper Verdun, making his free throw right there. That brings the lead 92-55. Cal Lutheran just looking to close this one out and get on the bus. You do not want to be here any longer at this point. There's number 34, TJ Fago. And the pass is tipped. Chapman running the fast break. And that's number 20, Sam Cohen is good. Looked like he was going to pass it, decided to go anyways, and the layup is good.
And based off that bench reaction, that might have been his first bucket of the year. Number 20, Sam Cohen there. Freshman, 6'5", and the bench was happy for him, Tim.
Chapman's youngsters making it rough on Cal Lutheran even late in the game. That's Mendoza with a breakaway layup off a steal. Forced by number 31, Brandon Chan. Cal Lutheran with the ball. There's another penalty called. It's good. Kai Weisberger with the penalty. It's going to be Cal Lutheran basketball. Number 11, Jerry Lawson going to inbound it. Nifty over the shoulder pass there to Rob Hunter, who looks for some space inside and is able to draw a foul as he tries to navigate through the plethora of arms in his way. And he'll get 2. 1 minute left here this afternoon. Chapman leading 96-55. Don't forget, in a few minutes after this game, we have the Chapman ladies basketball will have a game of their own. Chapman women currently undefeated, 11 games in a row. They have won. And a nice rebound play right there by Cal Lutheran, but it's still not going to be a score for them. But that was a good pass there from number 3, Randy White, to Jerry Lawson, who's going to draw another foul, as Chapman still not allowing any easy points here late in this game. 4 points short of 100.
4 points short.
You think these young guys want to get there?
I think they do. I think they'll go out and get it, but part of me thinks they're just going to go down and just let the clock run out. It's been a good victory. Coach Bo and his squad are be very happy with today's performance.
And you see Jerry Lawson right there, another freshman. We talked about the young lineup that Cal Lutheran has. A lot of size and a lot of playmakers on their team that are younger, so they have a good future, but today it just wasn't in the cards for them. Chapman taking a shot. That's number 14, Kevin Marlowe. That's not going to go. Some sloppy passing there from Cal Lutheran. But they get to the basket anyway, but Jerry Lawson is not going to make it.
Oh, my goodness.
What a putback there by number 14, Kevin Marlowe. Cal Lutheran playing to the buzzer. And the last shot is no good from number 10, Connor Cole. Well, we have now hit triple zeros on the clock here. Chapman 98, Cal Lutheran 56. Chapman certainly getting revenge for that last loss that they had to Cal Lutheran, and obviously excited for this playoff push that they're going to be primed for now because of this game.
Oh yeah, that was a victory and more. 98 points. I believe that is their highest scoring game of the season. What a performance across the board. Lots of threes, great defense, crashing the boards for rebounds. Just overall a phenomenal job by Coach Bo's squad.
And you gotta love that they had so many guys get into double digits for points this week. And they had so many people as well contributing off the bench. We saw that late. They have some young playmakers on this team that are gonna make an impact later on in their careers here at Chapman.
Oh yeah, as you saw, as we mentioned, both teams put in their freshmen and sophomores.
And now we have a courtside interview with Reed Smith, where he had a great game.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Reed Smith. First of all, congratulations on 20 points, and then also for hitting 98 points as a team. What do you think made you guys such an offensive force today?
You know, our coaches have been telling us all week to look for a certain action in our offense, and our guards did a great job of flipping the ball and keeping it moving, and that was huge, and our shooters obviously couldn't miss today, so that really helped.
Really cool. Great game today. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to be right back here on Chapman Sports Broadcast Network with final game analysis, highlights, and more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I'm Tim Wolf, along with Cam Backstrom. And we're back here on Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. The Chapman Panthers, with a big win against the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen here, just built quite a lead. Reed Nakakihara, Reed Smith, all of them showing off. And we got to see some young, bright stars at the end.
Absolutely. 98 points. As you said, many shooters across the board had phenomenal shooting percentages. Reed Nakakihara, 20 points. Reed Smith, also 20 points. Just across the board, a great game plan, as he said in the post-game interview there. And it was a great time. So we'll go take a look here at some of the highlights from the game. Number 13 there, Palmer Chapman with a huge three. He got pumped up, but didn't do very much for the team. And this is Rob Nelsen from deep three. He had 16 points on the day. That's his season average. And this is Austin Cole down the lane here for a huge layup there. And Reed Smith, as you can see, taking it all the way to the hole. He was that huge factor, I think that giant X factor during the game. And this is another huge turnover by Chapman. It was somewhat of a sloppy game between the two teams. And Austin Cole taking it to the hole right there. Again, more threes. Number 22 off the bench, Jeff Kenny with the huge three right there. And as we said throughout the game, threes were the name. They shot 54% from three. And that was number 5, Daniel McCown. And that was the Rob Nelsen play we saw earlier. A nice little spin move to the hole. And Reed Nakakihara, that was one of his last baskets of the game. And the beautiful touch there by Reed Smith. And this was one of their freshmen right there, number 21, Rob Hunter. And this is at the very end of the game here, the quick layup. And that is the alley-oop toward the end of the game that got the crowd fired up, and that was the end of the game right there, which got them to 98 points.
And let's take a look at the final stats in this game. Chapman, 4 blocks to Cal Lutheran's 1, 10 steals to their 8, so defensively outperformed them, vastly outperformed them from three-pointers. Chapman said, hey, Chapman's the name, 3 points the game, 19 for 35 from threes, 9 of 13 for free throws, 35 total rebounds, outworked Cal Lutheran on the boards as well, and that shooting percentage was better as well. So Chapman going to move forward after this game, making a push for the playoffs. Who is their next game, Cam?
They're going to play Whittier Wednesday, February 7th. They're going to be at here at the Hutton Sports Center. And as we said, that's going to be a very huge game because the last time they played them, they won by 4, and that was at Whittier. But this is that final playoff push, and there's the season schedule right there. You have Laverne, and then Occidental, and Claremont McKenna. We talked about at the top of the show that Occidental game is going to be huge because Occidental is 9-0 in conference. So they're going to prepare for that as well.
Well, coming off a game like this where they won 98-56, built such a big lead, they were so hot from three-point, pretty much from anywhere on the court when it came to shooting. Chapman definitely going to take some good momentum into that conference matchup with Whittier.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you for joining us here on Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. We will see you again soon. I'm Tim Wolf alongside Cam Backstrom. Thank you for watching.